Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran, and this is my place to come talk about weight loss, life, fitness, anything that goes together to contribute to make me a better person, to make me the best version of me possible. So if you are new here, welcome. If you're coming back and you visited me before, awesome. I'm so glad to have you. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. I love the interaction, so please and thank you. Christmas is right around the corner. It's crazy how fast it has come. And with Christmas comes food events, more and more and more food. And if you're like me, it feels like we just got through Thanksgiving and that food, and I'm still recovering from that food festival. And I thought it would be a perfect time to start talking about tips and techniques that we can use to navigate these food events that are coming next week on the Christmas day. These are by no means the end-all be-all. There are 25 gazillion tips and techniques. These are just ones that I have used in my life and have found that they work very, very well. So take or leave them. I want you to be well armed with knowledge. So without further ado, let me give you my tips and techniques. The first thing is so simple that it almost makes me laugh. And that is that we typically eat off of a dinner plate, which is about 9 or 10 inches. If we just go from a 10-inch plate down to a smaller plate, we can put less food on this plate. And with less food on the plate, we are going to eat less food. This plate, you're going to fill up to the brim and you're going to eat it all. This plate, you're going to fill up to the brim and you're going to eat it all. Which one do you want? Little bit, lot. The other trick to that technique is the fact that this weight loss journey is a mind game. And if you see a plate that doesn't look very full, your mind is going to say, well, you didn't eat a whole lot of food. But if it looks full, your mind is going to say, whoa, look how much food is on that plate. That is awesome that I was able to eat that much. It really is a mind game. If you are new to weight loss and you haven't figured that out, I guarantee you, you're going to figure it out very soon. So trick your mind. Trick your mind and let your mind think you're eating a lot of food simply by putting your food on a smaller plate. The next tip actually pertains more toward when you are making the food. I used this trick years ago. I spent a full day making cookies. People would ask me to bake cookies, and so I did a lot of cookie trays. And so I baked cookies for hours and hours and hours straight. Now, I love cookie dough and I love the cookies fresh out of the oven, but I was losing weight heavily that year and I wanted to continue losing weight and I did not want to be derailed. So I came up with a technique. It was really easy. I kept bubble gum in my mouth the whole day. It's amazing, but with something in my mouth, I was less and less tempted to put food into my mouth. And it works. Now, I will also admit that that day I was not thinking and I would find myself putting a piece of cookie in my mouth. The gum and the cookie don't go well together. So I'd be like, woo, that's horrible. I'd spit both of them out. I'd put a fresh piece of gum in my mouth and I would continue baking. It really, really works. The third tip I have for you is going to take a little bit more time and a little bit more energy, and sometimes we might not be able to do it. This is when we can actually plan the menu. If you are hosting the event, plan something healthier. Yeah, you might not be able to plan the whole meal healthy, but you can plan at least 1 or 2 dishes that are healthy. If you're going to an event, you can volunteer and ask, can I bring something? And when you bring something, you want to bring something that you can eat. The big thing is you want to be able to sit down at that table and you want to be able to say, I know I can eat this. This is not going to throw me off my plan. Yes, you can still nibble on this, but you want something that you can eat. Something that you know going in that you're okay with eating. It takes planning, it takes time, and it takes the effort to actually say, hey, can I bring this? But it is well worth it because you know that you're not going to be sitting there going, I can't eat anything here. And that has happened to me because people don't cook in terms of healthy. Everything would be loaded with butter and fat and cheeses. And so by taking something for myself, I knew that I was always going to have something to eat. This does work great. Next, we are going to talk about skipping meals. Do not skip the meals before you go. I know your Christmas meal might be the food extravaganza, but don't skip breakfast. Don't skip lunch, saying, hey, we're going to be eating there. Eat your breakfast, eat your lunch. You do not want to arrive at that meal hungry, because if you do, all of your good intentions are right out the window, because you are going to start eating food like you are starving because you are hungry. Go in with a normal appetite, not a super hungry appetite. So don't skip meals. Don't do any of that. Eat normally throughout the day and just go to this meal like it is a normal meal. This next tip I actually have tried and it works great. I did it last year. And what it is I took a picture of my food. I put my food onto my plate. I sat down. I immediately pulled out my phone. Snap, snap. I took my picture of my food and then I posted it on my weight loss blog. I posted it for accountability. And something crazy happens when you actually have to post your food or even just look at the picture. You're going to go, whoa, that's way too much food. You're going to want to see a healthy plate the next morning. So for some reason, that act is an accountability act. It gives you that focus and it gives you that grounding to say, oh, wow, look at this. I don't know why, but it worked for me. The final tip that I'm going to talk about today is actually portion control. If you decide that you want to go ahead and indulge and eat a little bit of everything because it is Christmas and it isn't a big event, go ahead and do it, but try to control your portion sizes. Actually look online. There is a ton of pictorial guides of what we should be eating as a portion size, because obviously at events you can't always weigh your food, you can't always measure it. You can have a visual of what it is. For example, beef, poultry, the palm of your hand, the size of a deck of cards is how much meat you should be eating. Grains, rice, potatoes, it is half of a baseball. It is not a lot. It is what you need. Eat your portion control. And I guarantee you, if you eat your portion and you stop when your portion's done, you're going to do good. You're going to still make this a win. So these are 6 tips that I just gave you. They're just ones that I've used and they've worked. It doesn't matter if you use them. It doesn't matter if you don't. It doesn't even matter if you go in with the plan of, hey, I'm going to enjoy my day. That is okay, as long as you have a plan for getting back on track the next day. That is what is important, is having a plan to stay focused. Doesn't matter what the plan is as long as you have a plan in place. And the most important thing is that you don't give up and let this derail you. That is where the victory is. Don't let a holiday derail you. Have a plan and have a plan to get back on track. Holidays happen, but we still can live a healthy, happy life. No excuses.